Hey, what's going on, folks? It's your boy, Kuroyuki ESO, you know who it is. Anyway, hope you're all having a great day today. You look good. I don't know what you've been doing different. Maybe you changed your diet, got a haircut, I don't know, but I gotta say, mwah, looking good. Anyway, again, I got a Stamblade build for you today. I know, it's a little weird for me. I don't usually do this, alright? I got some build, some gameplay, of course I do. It's me, what do you expect? And, yeah, before we get into it, though, I want to go ahead and preface this with a little bit of a warning. Stamblade is not my cup of tea, typically. It's not what I usually play. Now, I posted a poll the other day asking people if they wanted me to do a stealthy boy or a tanky boy, right? Everyone said tanky boy, but sadly, I do not have the proper race for that. So, my character's a wood elf. This is a medium armor, roly-poly, cloaky boy. It is what it is. I will, however, be posting a tanky boy as soon as I'm able to get a race change for this guy. Alright, I promise it will come. Just gotta get that race change. So, yeah. This is a pretty easy build to get together. All the sets are pretty easy to acquire, and it works. It does the job. Every clip I've got for you was collected live over on twitch.tv/KuroYugiESO. The link is in the description as well as the pinned comment, so go ahead and head on over there if you want to join me live. Drop a follow, and don't forget to turn on the notifications because I know you are a Chad, so show me how much of a Chad you are by hitting that little button. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this build that I've prepared for you guys today. Alright, diving on into the build here, let's go ahead and buff ourselves up. As you can see, we have got 5.4k weapon damage, 36% crit, that will go up to over 40. When some stuff is procced, we got 2500 stamina recovery, 1500 magicka and health recovery, 30k stam, 15k max mag. When we are in Cyrodiil, we are at about 28.5k max HP, which is very nice. And then when we activate our cloak again, we get the 22k resists on the back, 18 on the front, with 2200 critical resistance. All in all, pretty decent stats. Weapon damage can get a little higher, depending on some factors here. I've got all points into stam. I am a wood elf, and I am using the warrior and the bewitched sugar skulls. If you want to pump out even more damage, you could go orc, and you could use a food with some sustain, or you could even just have 2k stamina recovery with the same stuff, and you'd have even more damage. But, you know, everything is up to you. Whatever you want to do. You could even go orc with a recovery food, with warrior. You go orc with the serpent. You know, do whatever you want to. I just happen to have a wood elf, so that is what I am playing on. Going ahead and taking a look at the armor that I'm using and the gear sets. I've got Clever Alchemist here on the front bar. It's actually on the back bar as well. I would not recommend trying to use Master's Bow anymore, which is right here. However, if you want to work it in on this build, you totally could. It is a valid option, but I just prefer to have a Clever Alchemist. I use it on both bars just because the extra weapon damage on the 4-piece, so it stays active across both. And yeah, I like to just be able to pop a potion and not worry about what bar I'm on. It's very nice. It's pretty relaxing. So yeah, on the front I've got the Nirnhoned Maul with a disease damage enchant. That'll add additional burst and defile. You can use whatever enchant you want. Shock, disease, poison, weapon damage, anything you want to. If you don't know what Clever Alchemist does, it gives you a bunch of health, some weapon damage, and when you drink a potion while in combat, it gives you a massive boost to your weapon and spell damage for 20 seconds, which gives us the big ouchies. My bow is defending, just to make me a little bulkier on the back bar, and I've got double dot poisons on the bow. You could have an enchant if you want to. I don't really have one in mind that I would like more than the poisons. I feel like this is nice just to get the additional pressure out on somebody. That's personal preference. Now, when it comes to monster set, 2-piece Balorg is the way to go. Unfortunately, I do not have a medium Balorg piece, and the gods of RNG decided not to smile upon me this day. So I'm using 1 Balorg, 1 Veladreth to get 2 weapon damage, and that's a valid option. It's been plenty for me. So I've got max stam on this. I've actually got max stam on most of the pieces. Actually, all of the pieces, if I remember correctly. Then I've got Eternal Vigor as the other 5-piece. This gives a ridiculous amount of all recoveries, and when you drop down to low HP, it gives you a big boost to health recovery to help bump you out of that danger zone. So, if you've got the two-piece Balorg and you've got the Clever Alchemist, then when both of those things are activated, you're gonna hit like 6k weapon damage, you're gonna have a ridiculous amount of pen. And even if you just have these two, like a Balorg, a Kina, a Veladrith, whatever, you've still got plenty of weapon damage. You do sit naturally at a decently respectable amount of weapon damage, 4.5k, which is enough to kill most people, so the potion passive, or the potion ability from Clever Alch is kind of like a backup, you know? Usually when you pop a potion, you're either in danger of dying, and the weapon damage will increase your healing and just give you that needed oomph to your heals to keep you alive, or you are going to pop a potion to give yourself this weapon damage to kill someone that needs the extra damage to kill them. So, very helpful to have this big, massive boost to your damage just waiting. And if you have Balorg, it just adds to it, because Balorg gives you the extra weapon damage and the pen when you use your ultimate, and just makes you rip through shit like it's not even there. Very helpful. So on all the armor, well, I don't even have a glyph on this. Well, on all the armor you should have stam. I don't have a glyph on this either. Goodness gracious. Max stam on everything, you don't need any health. You can do some try enchants if you want to push out a little bit more health, a little more mag. It's an option. Do 3 on the chest, legs, and head, and you'll be fine. Don't be like me. Put glyphs on your armor. I do have mostly well-fitted on the armor, but that is what I would recommend to get as many well-fitted as possible, because this is a rolly boy, and you want to be able to roll a lot without it, you know, destroying your sustain. But honestly, whatever you can get a hold of is fine. Like, these two pieces are divines, gives us some more damage, so I haven't bothered trying to change them. And this sturdy is just a leftover piece from another build, so I don't have the care to change it to something else. But I'd say like 3-4 sturdy, and then the rest M pen would be optimal. And then down here for the jewelry, we do have the 3 Eternal Vigor infused with weapon damage. Again, big ouchies there with the infused, and we've still got over 30k stam. Very nice. I do actually really quick want to touch on the consumables that I use on this build. Now, you do have options for food based on your personal preference. I am using the Druid Sugar Skulls because it gives me big fat stat pools on everything, and the extra health recovery as well, which is nice for just some passive healing. However, if you want to just shit out sustain like there is no tomorrow, you can use Artaeum Takeaway Broth, lose out on all that mag, a little bit of health and stam, but gain still a decent amount of health recovery with a lot more stamina recovery. If you can't afford that, you could go with Dubious for pretty much the same effect, minus the health recovery. And if you just want to be a sustained monster, you could go with Lava Foot. This is 5k stam with a 500 recovery. This will put you easily at 3k, very easily. And yeah, actually to put you over 3k, just putting the food on. You could mix and match and put some points into health, or put some enchants onto health to get your health up to a respectable level, and just never run out of stam if you want to. So all these foods, except for this one, don't worry about this one, all of these are good options for you. When it comes to potions, I do like to keep detection pots on my Nightblade at all times, because one of the most annoying things to fight on a Nightblade is another Nightblade, because we don't really have any AoEs to go pulling Nightblades out of stealth, and if you're trying to use Expert Hunter or something, it's not the most reliable. It does work at times, but it's not great. So I like to keep detect pots. Also, I like to keep tripods for really sticky situations, because sometimes you just need that magicka, because the only way to survive is to run away and hide in stealth. And, you know, it just be that way for a Nightblade sometimes. And then I also keep Essences of Immovability. These are really good for when you want to go on the offense, because it'll pop your, or proc your Clever Alchemist, give you all that damage, and give you 10.4 seconds to just go buck wild on somebody without being interrupted. So, very good to have these as well. I'd recommend having all 3 of these on you at all times for situational use, but if you can't get all of them, just use tripods and you'll be fine. Now that I've gone over that, let's take a look at the skills. Skills are actually a whole lot of skills up for debate. You can mix some stuff around. I'll give you some choices here. Rally, this is not a choice. This gives you a stamina recovery buff and a weapon damage buff, and it's your main heal. This thing is great. You don't want to use anything else on Nightblade. Relentless Focus. This gives us extra critical damage and healing, and it also gives us a big, powerful damage proc. You're going to want this no matter what on a Nightblade. Super strong. Then I've got Camo Hunter. This gives us a critical damage boost, critical chance boost as well as a damage boost when we crit someone in the butthole. Very nice. Executioner. This helps us put people in the dirt from low health. I know a lot of people don't run this, but I like to have it. You could use other things here. You could use mass hysteria if you want to have a stun, which is actually super helpful. You could even replace this with mass hysteria. Both of these two skills here, the executioner and the camo hunter, kind of flexes. You could work in leeching strikes in one of these spots if you want to, and you just do what you want to do here. Then of course I have surprise attack, because surprise attack is just a great spammable. Let's proc the weapon damage here, just so you can see how much it does. It does a respectable 12.2k damage every time you use it, so that is pretty nasty. It also reduces enemy physical resistance and stuns them, so it does everything you could want. Then of course I have incapacitating strike. This thing hits like a truck, it can stun, and it also gives you back some sustain every time you light attack, so that's also really helpful for keeping our resource pools high, which is kind of what this build excels in. You could also use Dawnbreaker of Smiting here if you want to be a hip kid. I do not have it, but it does work really well as well, so that is an option for you. Going on to the back bar now. Resolving Vigor. This is our other heal. It's not as good on a Nightblade as it is on pretty much anything else, but it's helpful. It's good. You know, it's a heal over time. It lets you have a little option to go offensive without taking all of your health bar with no defense, you know. Then I have Shuffle. This gives us 20% tank ability to AoE attacks like jabs and bombs and wardens, so this is really nice to make us a little beefier versus some folks. And it also gives us a snare immunity and removal. So if you get slowed down or if you get rooted, you just pop this and you're good to go. This is also a flex spot. I used to run Leeching Strikes here, but you could also use Poison Injection or the other one here if you want to proc a Master's Bow, and you'll be fine, and just get as much damage as you possibly can. Then I do have Shadowy Disguise. You know what this does, makes you go invisible. Either morph of this actually works on this build pretty damn good, because we have so much health that the Dark Cloak morph would heal you for quite a bit. So, up to you. If you want to be a stealthy boy or a tanky boy, both really good. Then I have Shadow Image. I would not call this negotiable at all. It is, in my opinion, the strongest skill in the Nightblade kit, just being able to be as evasive as possible. Lets you teleport back to where you last put this thing, and it also puts a maim on people, reducing their damage by 5%. Very nice. Then we have Reaper's Mark. This is a really good skill, and I don't think I want to play Nightblade without it ever again. It gives us a armor debuff to people, which gives us a lot of free damage on them. And when you kill a marked enemy, you get a big fat heal. So I think it bases off of your weapon damage. Let me just buff up again so you can see how big that heal gets. Okay, I was wrong, it doesn't. But either way, it heals you for quite a bit. So the thing about this is you can put this on somebody, it'll make them take more damage, and when you kill them, you get the heal. So that means that you can be really aggressive and just throw yourself into some shit, and you can get really low health, but as long as you can manage to put that one guy down, you'll get a big burst of healing to get yourself back in the fight, so it's really nice. And it also gives you Major Berserk after you kill them, which gives you a big damage boost, so you can just keep the slaughter coming. Now on the back bar, I have Barrier here. You could use Soul Siphon, but let me explain why I use Barrier. I've only been using it for a little bit, but I really like it, okay? So in the support skills, you get Magicka Aid, which gives you 10% bonus Magicka recovery when you have a support skill slotted, which is this. So we just get a lot more Magicka recovery to use our cloak, our shade, all that good stuff. And when we're in danger, Barrier gives us a big fat shield. The morphs, you know, there's one that heals you, I think, which is pretty good. And yeah, it's a defensive skill, and it's also instant cast. My problem with this one is that trying to use this fucking thing gets me killed more often than it actually saves me, because it has the cast time on this thing is horrible. Like, because you have to go through the whole cast to use it, and typically when you're like, oh, I should Soul Siphon, you're about to fucking die. So that 0.5 second cast time has killed me countless times. I guess that might just be me. you know, have some foresight on some forethought on when to use it, but I don't know. It gets me killed. This thing's instant, and it gives me a 15k shield, so that's plenty. You know, it's good enough. It's like a 15k heal instantly, so I like it a lot, and it also gives me some sustain. Up to you. You get more healing when you have this slotted, and it's good for group play, but solo, I love barrier. And that is it for the skills. Let's take a look at the champion points to finish up the build here. These are not optimal necessarily, but this is what I like. 61 ironclad, 32 resistance, 72 thick skin because dots hurt, 43 here, 19 into quick recovery just for some additional healing, 56 warlord, 1 siphoner, 64 mooncalf, 11 healthy because they were extra points and why not, 49 into tenacity for heavy attack sustain, 10% into blocking just because sometimes it be like that, 66 into tumbling for roly-poly time, another 5% healing here, 81 into mastered arms because all of our attacks are direct damage, precise strikes for that big boy crit damage, piercing for that big boy penetrative power, and 64 mighty just for straight damage. And yeah, that is it. That is the build. So, now that I've gotten the build out of the way, I know some of you guys are probably going to want to see gameplay, and don't worry, I have gameplay. I've got clips for you guys. I got some solo fights that I think you'll enjoy. Now remember, like I said, if you want to see me collect these solo fights live, you can head on over to twitch.tv/KuroYukiESO, drop a follow, and I will be streaming over there every day starting at 3 p.m. It's going to be starting today, actually. It'll be the first day that I do that, so if you want to catch me live, do it. Alright, just do it. Just catch me over there. Now, let's go ahead and hop into these clips. Alright, so coming into the first fight here, I come up on this group of blues, go ahead and take this one out real quick, just because I knew they were pretty squishy, and obviously immediately I get dogpiled by the entire group, so I'm just going to kite around this big wall here, do the shade, didn't really get me anywhere, so yeah, it is what it is. Cloak up a little bit, get myself some distance, get up here on top of this little battlement, throw the shade down to give myself a safe place to retreat to. Now I'm going to go in and try to poke the group a little bit. I see they got up the person that I killed, who is now bow-ulting me. Go ahead and cloak that off me. Try to kill them. Not the best. Open up there and then immediately get feared and dogpiled on again. So run back over here, get pulled out of stealth, shade back up to safety, and then fall back down. It's okay though. I have now got a good bit of distance between me and them. One guy followed me over here. I don't really know what he's doing. Just kind of standing there like a weirdo. I can't tell if he wants to fight or not. Maybe he's just trying to get me to walk in his eternal hunt. That's not happening though. Anyway, he hits me with the fear, puts some damage into me, and I easily recover through it. Not a big deal. He's putting the damage into me. Dodge rolls my ultimate. It was very unfortunate. Fears me again. It's whatever, just break free. Now a few more coming over to play. Gonna go ahead and put a shade down behind this tree to get me somewhere safe to go to. Tried to get some distance between me and them and cloak, but I just get pulled out by this Templar constantly. Right there, I probably should have shaded back. That's why I put the shade there, but I kind of forgot. Again, this is, I'm pretty new to this. Anyway, Nightblade standing still. Try to gank him real quick, and he just manages to perfectly dodge, roll my shit without any effort, and it is what it is. Now I'm getting shot by a Sork, so I'm going to go drop the shade behind this tree to give myself a place to retreat to. Now I've kind of split them up. Sork is over here by himself. Going to go ahead and throw the mark on the Sork and make him my primary target because I feel like he'll be the most annoying one to deal with. Pop my pot to top off my resources. Go ahead and hit him with the stun in cap. Put the damage into him. Now he's going to go floundering around a little bit trying to recover. And I'm just going to keep focusing him down. Hit him with a couple surprise attacks here. Put the damage into him. Now right here he actually does a lot of damage to me that I'm not ready for. But it's okay, do a dodge roll cancel on the rally cast, get a bunch of health back, cloak up, he tries to run away, poke him in the butthole with the surprise attack into the execute and he's dead. Now there is another gank blade on me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of go defensive here for a minute, get my resources back, my health back. Now I'm gonna try to focus on the Nightblade with the Eternal Hunt, because the other one's spending more time in stealth. But I have to keep on constantly breaking free and getting free of the roots and whatnot. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and pop my pot, get my damage up, hit this guy with the quick stun. He's gonna dodge roll, so I wait a second for the execute there because he's been dodge rolling constantly, and it works. Now this Nightblade is just gonna run around and dodge roll constantly like a punk bitch. It is what it is. Watch, just count the dodge rolls. This is kind of insane. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, There's 4. There's 5. There is 6. And now he goes into cloak. 7 dodge rolls. 8 dodge rolls. And now, I think it's out of stam. So I just get to walk up to her and go ahead and put her in the dirt. And that is the end of the first fight. Jumping now into the second fight, I just killed a healer who was hanging out, and, you know, that's not really important. What is important is the fact that there's a big group of blues coming to ruin my day right now, so me and my little temporary friend here come inside to protect ourselves. And the rest of the group isn't feeling too ballsy, so they don't chase us in here just yet. So I'm just kind of heavy attacking, putting a little bit of poke into these guys when this dude comes in with the ultimate, so I go ahead and kite out of that, get my buffs up, come back in, and absolutely rip this guy's hairline back. He is done for. He is no more. He is retired. See a lobby, quickly kill him with little effort, easy peasy lemon squeezy, and now the rest of the group decides that it is time to bring the fight to us, so I'm just going to pull back a little bit, set down my shade. Not a great place to set it, I'll admit, but it is what it is. Hit this guy with the stun, almost kill him when I forget to block the meteor and get stunned and pulled off of him. So I'm going to go ahead and retreat up the stairs here, pop the shuffle to keep those snares off me, and then the sad violin song, I have to watch my friend die. Sad times, but what are you going to do? So I'm going to go ahead and kite between, put some walls between me and this group here because I don't want to take any damage. Just going to try to split them up. I've got myself targeted on this Sork because I know he's pretty squishy. Almost get to kill him there, but I did catch a nasty stun. And yeah, if I had a move pot right there, would have been a really smart move. I probably would have been able to secure that kill, but I did not. I only had tripods at this point. So I go ahead and head up to the top here, just put some distance again between me and them. Just kind of let them get a little split up, a little confused. Try to get rid of this mage guard real quick. Couple pokes, and then the Magplar drops down on top of me and starts poking the shit out of me, and now I'm just getting hit by everything in the world. So go ahead and drop the shade, put some distance between me and them, head up top, regain my composure, turn around with the big ult dump there. He gets lucky and dodges the bow, and it saves his life, and it made me want to cry. Shade out of there to hit him with the 1-2 kangaroo, you know, confuse him a little bit. Don't know what the fuck that guy's doing. He's just kind of standing there, staring at me like a creepy pedo. But, you know, I don't know what goes through these Zerglings' heads. Anyway, they're back on top of me now. I've got everyone hitting me, and I see the ult coming in, so I'm just going to go ahead and kite away from that because I don't want to get caught up in that. And I see the Sork alone, hit him with the ultimate, hit him with the stun there, almost kill him, but then he gets lucky, kite around this little pole, and I get stunned, and I just can't secure the kill. And he streaks out of danger because he is a brave player. So I'm just going to go ahead and set my sights on this guy. Go ahead and dodge roll that Sork stun. Hit this dude with the ultimate with the surprise attacks. Poke him. He's at low health. Just trying to get the kill. Get the kill. The Reaper's Mark heals me back up to almost full health, which is great. So now I can go ahead and turn around and put my damage into these guys. I mean to ult the guy rezzing, but I don't quite hit him. But it's okay, because I get the bash anyway. Now there's 2 Atronachs on this guy, a whole lot of pets, a whole lot of proc pets, and I'm just annoyed, but it's alright, because I'm going to stick through and just kill the weaker Sork. My friend comes back and just kind of walks away. Don't know what he's doing there, but it's all right. I got this brave player on top of me now, the one that was just staring at me, and he is light work. So I'm just going to hit him with the ultimate right here. Bam. Couple of surprise attacks with a clean dodge roll, cancel, execute for the final kill, and that is the end of the second fight. Now coming up to the last fight, I am approaching a resource that is being swarmed by reds. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the tower real quick, staying cloak so they don't know I'm here yet, and, you know, just kind of get myself set up. I'm going to go up top to get a look at them, see what's going on, see how many there are, just kind of weigh the situation. There's only a few, and I see some players that I know are not the best. I'm going to go ahead and engage them, hit this guy with the bow because I don't want to get sniped. Pretty easy kill right here. Get rid of him before he even gets to break the stun because he is just so surprised and doesn't know what's going on. Now, I got a lot of damage coming in, and I don't like it. But I recognize this player's name from all day I've been killing this player. I'm going to go ahead and focus on them next because I know they are a pretty weak link. And I get the bow there, almost kill him when I catch the nasty stun. I really hate Fossilize, it is what it is, but it's okay. I'm just going to heal, go inside of this building here, get some distance between me and them, and then I see a blue tank has come and joined the fight, which is great. Go ahead and finish that guy with the nice light attack, surprise attack, cancel, and the rest of the reds are super focused on this tank, who isn't actually contributing anything except for a distraction, so it's great. Let's me come out here, ult dump this guy, kill him, get the bash on this next res, and that was only 2 more reds. Gonna go ahead and just slap this guy in the back of the head a few times and put him in the dirt, easy. And now it is just me and this mag DK. Now, I don't have any interest in fighting this blue tank, so it's just gonna be me and this mag DK for now. I'm gonna just kind of work towards kiting him away from the guards, because he's constantly blocking, and he's constantly rooting me, and stunning me, and just being annoying, so I don't want to have to deal with the guards on top of me at the same time, and I also want that blue tank to know that I'm not interested in fighting him, so that's why we're pulling him over here, just kind of slowly. Now, this goes back and forth for a little bit, because this dude is a left trigger champion, just holding block as if his life depended on it, which it does, because the second he gets caught with his block down, he does go to some realm of oblivion that I don't know the name of, because I'm not the best role player in the game. Anyway, go ahead and hit this guy a couple times with the surprise attacks. I'm just waiting for a good combo here. I get stunned by the guards. Again, like I said, they are super annoying. Go ahead and hit him with the ult to put the damage increase on him. Hit him with the bow. Now he is not blocking, so I turn behind him, get the stun, and the executes, and that's it. He's dead. It is done. I have achieved greatness. Now, that was the last fight. This is just a little extra of me bullying some lobies, so please enjoy this. I felt bad afterwards, but it happens. This is Cyrodiil. Anyway, hope you guys liked that video. Remember, if you want to catch me getting these clips live, head on over to twitch.tv/KuroYukiESO and follow me. Join me for some fun times. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic day.